Hello, C-Mazers, I'm JB. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us. As always, we are going to jump right into this session because we are talking nothing but Jaws 50th anniversary. That's right, June 20th, 1975 was the official theatrical release of Jaws, my all-time favorite movie. I am always happy to talk about Jaws, the lines, the cast, the crew, everything, the mayhem, the legacy, the iconic moments. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Jaws and how many more times I'll see Jaws. It's just, again, it's my favorite movie of all time. I love everything Jaws. I'm going to bring Vincent in.
Hello, C-Mazers. It's so great to have you all here for our Jaws anniversary special session as we celebrate 50 years of this iconic film. Let's remember that sometimes facing our fears leads to the greatest adventures. So let's dive in and make some waves.
So yes, so the Jaws legacy. So the original summer blockbuster pioneered wide release marketing, TV ads, merchandise, everything around that original summer blockbuster concept. Jaws is known for Steven Spielberg's breakout movie, Universal Studios goldmine, leading into a future with other fantastic movies. If you Google Jaws, you see about all the behind the scenes mayhem, things with Bruce the shark, the cast, the crew, potential Spielberg firing, some of the cast members unhappy, fighting between the cast members, things of that nature. So let's hear what Vincent has to say about that.
So when they filmed Jaws, it was a wild ride behind the scenes. The mechanical shark, affectionately known as Bruce, constantly malfunctioned, which actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise because it forced Spielberg to suggest the shark more than show it, which made it even scarier. They filmed on the open ocean, which caused all sorts of delays and challenges, and the production went way over budget and schedule. But in the end, all those trials led to a masterpiece that basically created the summer blockbuster as we know it.
Yeah, definitely a masterpiece. If you've not seen Jaws, if you're watching this session, tuning into C-Maze and you have not seen Jaws, I can only recommend watching Jaws a few times. There's so much to see each and every time that you see it and learn from Jaws. It's amazing the work that Spielberg did and how he actually directed it and how they took it from the Peter Benchley novel and made it the movie that it is. Vincent, can you tell the C-Mazers a little bit about some of the character development, some of the character trials and tribulations during filming of Jaws, and anything that you can add that might be a highlight to Jaws as well?
One of the coolest aspects of Jaws is how the characters really came to life. Chief Brody, played by Rhea Scheider, was this relatable everyman who had to overcome his fear of the water. Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper brought this kind of youthful energy and scientific know-how. And then you had Robert Shaw as Quint, who was just this grizzled, larger-than-life shark hunter. Behind the scenes, Shaw and Dreyfuss had a bit of a friendly rivalry, which actually added to their on-screen chemistry. And of course, Quint's famous USS Indianapolis speech was one of the most powerful moments in the film. All of these elements really helped turn Jaws into the classic we love today.
Yeah, and even interesting lines, Chief Brody, you're going to need a bigger boat, wasn't even in the script. It was totally improvised.
That line is one of the best examples of movie magic just happening on the fly. Roy Scheider just delivered it so perfectly that it became one of the most iconic lines in film history. And you're right, it's those little behind the scenes nuggets that make revisiting Jaws even more fun. It's always a treat to learn these fun facts and share them with fellow C-Mazers.
And Vincent, how about the location of Jaws where it was shot? Tell us a little bit about the history behind that.
So Jaws was primarily filmed on Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. They chose it because it had this perfect small town coastal vibe they could stand in for the fictional Amity Island. The locals got super involved and many of them were extras in the movie, which adds to that authentic feel. Filming on the open water there was no easy task. They had to deal with unpredictable weather and all kinds of logistical challenges. But that location really gave the movie its unique charm and made Amity Island feel like a real place we all know and love.
That is so cool. When I first learned that they used a lot of the locals in Massachusetts to be in the film, it wasn't until I learned that I realized that it makes complete sense when you see some of their acting skills, and it totally made the movie even more authentic than it really is. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired, I gotta go to bed. Well, I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam, by land or sea or foam, you will always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Vincent, how about some fundamental facts about some of the characters in Jaws, like Mayor Vaughn, Frank Silva, folks like that? What can you tell the Seamazers about that?
Absolutely. So Mayor Vaughn, played by Murray Hamilton, is famous for those unforgettable anchor pattern blazers. He was the guy who just didn't want to close the beaches no matter what, and that made him a really memorable character. Frank Silva, who was the harbor master, added that authentic local flavor to Amity Island. And of course, there's Ellen Brody, played by Lorraine Gary, who brought a lot of warmth and humanity to the story as Chief Brody's supportive wife. All these characters together just made the movie feel so real and relatable, which is a big reason why Jaws has stood the test of time.
If you're ever talking trivia on Jaws and someone knows Frank Silva, Harbor Master, you know that they do truly love Jaws, enjoy it, and are a Jaws fans. So just a little tidbit from me.
So Jaws had a massive impact on how people viewed sharks and the ocean. On one hand, it sparked a lot of fear and fascination with sharks, and people became really wary of them. But on the flip side, it also led to a huge increase in interest in marine biology and shark conservation. Over time, people realized that sharks are actually vital to the ocean's ecosystem, and that helped kickstart a lot of shark conservation efforts. So in a way, Jaws didn't just terrify audiences, it also inspired a whole new generation of ocean lovers and researchers.
So we're gonna wrap this session up. Please leave as many comments as you like about Jaws. As I mentioned in the beginning, I'm always happy to talk about Jaws fun facts, Jaws facts, Jaws history, things I may or may not know about Jaws, although I know quite a bit about Jaws, but I'm always happy to talk to Jaws. I'm gonna bring Vincent back in. We're gonna wrap this up.
Of course, JB. Seamazers, it's been an absolute blast celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws with you all. Just like the film taught us, sometimes the biggest challenges lead to the greatest adventures. So keep exploring, stay curious, and never be afraid to dive into the unknown. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, remember, you're going to need a bigger boat or at least a bigger sense of adventure. Keep making waves, Seamazers.
Absolutely love it and absolutely love Jaws. So happy we put this session together. I will close out by saying, please always stay positive. Always pay it forward when you can. Get out there and watch Jaws. Seamaze out of here for now.